Have you ever plugged in an external drive, eagerly waiting to access your files, only to find your computer doesn't seem to recognize it, or it shows up blank? It can be a bit puzzling when a drive you know works perfectly elsewhere suddenly seems invisible. Yes, your computer can likely read many external drives, but whether it reads this specific asterisk external drive perfectly depends primarily on its file system format and your computer's operating system. If your computer doesn't immediately recognize the drive, it is usually due to a compatibility mismatch with how the drive is organized internally, not necessarily because the drive is broken. The core mechanism at play here is the file system, which is essentially how data is structured and stored on a drive. Different operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, and Linux use different preferred file systems. For example, Windows commonly uses NTFS, which stands for New Technology File System. Mac OS favors a PFS, or Apple File System, and also supports Mac OS Extended, sometimes called HFS+. Linux systems often use ext4, or Extended File System version 4. When a drive is formatted with a file system native to one operating system, another operating system might struggle to read or write to it. To figure out if your computer can read a drive, first, plug it into a USB port and check if it appears in your File Explorer on Windows, Finder on Mac OS, or File Manager on Linux. If it shows up but you cannot access files or can only read them, you will need to identify its current file system. On Windows, right-click the drive in File Explorer, select Properties, and then look under the General tab for File System. On Mac OS, select the drive in Finder, press Command-I to get Info, and look under General for Format. Once you know the format, you can see if it is compatible or if a conversion is needed. It is also useful to know about cross-platform file systems like FAT32 or File Allocation Table 32 and EXFAT or Extended File Allocation Table. FAT32 is an older format widely supported across almost all operating systems, but it has a limitation. It cannot handle individual files larger than 4 gigabytes. EXFAT is a more modern alternative that overcomes this size restriction while still offering broad compatibility, making it a popular choice for sharing files between Windows and Mac OS computers. Ultimately, understanding file systems ensures smooth data access. By checking your drive's format and knowing its compatibility with your operating system, you can avoid frustrating connection issues, format drives correctly for universal use, and ensure your valuable data is always accessible whenever and wherever you need it, maximizing your productivity and peace of mind.